it's day 17, and as I promised you yesterday, today we're going to be making all of our treats for our ugly sweater party. Now, I am so excited about this party, I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am, but today we need to put on our little elf ears and get to work because there's not that much time before our party and we have so many things to do. I'm going to be creating 3 different things today really rapidly, so you better keep up. If you're having a hard time, be like me. Drink your elf juice. Okay, guys? Let's go ahead and heat up the oven. It's gonna take a little bit and we have to cook some stuff, so let's just do that first. Okay, bake, 350, start. That was easy enough. Let's just go ahead and get started with our biggest item. We're going to be making an Italian stuffed roll. These are great for parties because you can cut them up and serve a lot of people with a pretty limited amount of stuff. So we're going to start out with a pizza pan. It needs to be a large one. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and spray it with some kind of cooking spray. Now for this recipe, we're just going to need a few things, and these can be found at any grocery store. So pick the one that you like best. You're just going to need 2 of these crescent rolls. You're going to need 1 egg. You're also going to need some provolone cheese. Now this is where it gets subject to what you prefer. I personally prefer deli cut salami for this. It's a little softer and it has a better flavor overall. I would advise you to avoid hard salami. It just doesn't work as well. Something you can, however, find that you don't have to have cut specifically in the deli for your project: ham and turkey. You can buy any brand. I do recommend getting the thinner slices, however, and Oscar Mayer has a really good one. Hashtag not sponsored, just good. Now we're going to start off with our pizza pan right here, and we're going to open up some of our crescent rolls. As always, I'm going to give you a close-up of what I'm doing so you can follow along at home if you're interested in making this. We're going to start off by opening up our crescent rolls, and I find this extremely satisfying to do sometimes and not so much other times. Let's see if it's going to be a good experience or a bad experience today. Well, it's not looking as good as usual. 1, 2, 3. Ha! Success. We're now going to take these and we're going to spread them around our pizza pan to make them look like a sun. Now it's time for us to start piling on the meat. We're going to start off with some ham and just kind of place it in the middle of our roll and overlap it. Then we're going to add the turkey, and then we're going to add the salami, all in the same direction. Now we are going to have to cut our salami in half. So we'll just go ahead and do that. We'll also be cutting our cheese. Just leave the cutting board out. There we go. And we'll just place a couple of layers of that over here onto our roll. Now that our roll is nice and stacked up, if you would like, this is where you can add some seasonings. I'm going to be adding just some generic Italian seasonings so that I can sprinkle in just a little extra punch of flavor. So let's go to our sprinkle side, and there we go. Just a little bit on the inside to bake in some of that oregano. It's gonna be so good. You can use whatever you would like inside the roll. I just prefer to keep it nice and Italian and on point. Now we're going to take all of the little edges and we're going to wrap them up and over. There we go. We have a ring. Now we have one last step before we throw it into the oven, and that is to put an egg wash on it. So we're going to need to take our one egg and beat it within an inch of its life. As the egg wash is finished, we'll just spoon a little bit over and spread it around. Okay, so that's done, and we're going to sprinkle just a little bit more of our Italian seasoning onto the top. This is going to top it off perfectly so that we can have a wonderful roll in just a little bit. Okay, the moment is here that we have all been waiting for. We're about to stick this in the oven. We have it at 350. We're gonna bake it for about 20 minutes. We are gonna check it at about the 15-minute mark though. These are crescent rolls, so they're gonna bake differently depending on which brand that you get. You'll wanna make sure that you're keeping an eye on them. So, in the oven we go. Are you ready for this? Look at how yummy this is gonna be. Oh. For this next item, we have something kind of fun. Everyone loves a good string cheese. It's just one of those things that you can pull apart and kind of move around the house with as you're having a good festive time at your ugly sweater party. And so I have a cool way to present your string cheese so that each and every person can enjoy this. But at the same time, if they're a germaphobe, they don't have to worry about people putting their hands all over their food. See, it's awesome. So I have just some regular string cheese that I have gotten from the store, and I'm going to tear them apart. We're now going to take our little string cheese and turn them into snowmen by the magic of Ugly Sweater Christmas. And we're going to do this with 3 things. Some curling ribbon or some regular ribbon, some orange foam board, and a Sharpie. Now, if you've been watching Vlogmas, you've probably already used most of these things. Create 4 little noses. And to do that, we're just going to take our foam board and cut off something that resembles a nose. So then we're going to take them and find the side that doesn't have writing on it. And then we're going to take the little backing off and just attach our nose right there onto the cheese. Just like that. Yeah, just like that. Okay, we have 4 snowmen started with 4 different noses. How exciting. We're now going to take our Sharpie and do something just really simple with it. We're going to draw dots that resemble eyes and a mouth. Let me show you an example. There you go, right there. There's our snowman. Yeah. I want to go ahead and also put some buttons. Leave a little space about the size of your finger though before you start the buttons. As you can see, they're already pretty cute, but we're not finished yet. We have a bare neck here and it needs a scarf. Now for this, you will want to use a more narrow ribbon, so I suggest pulling off just a little bit here and allowing us enough so that we can manipulate the ribbon. As you can see, we have some super cute little finger foods now, and these are great because, again, if you have friends who don't like people reaching over their food, now you can have individual packages. We have one last thing and about 9 minutes to go. It's go time, guys! We have to hustle! Let's get it going! Ugly sweater party and go!
Ain't no party like an ugly sweater party because an ugly sweater party don't stop.
That is unless you don't have punch. People gotta drink something. So I have the perfect holiday punch for your party, whether you wanna have a regular holiday punch or a spiked one. Today we're gonna be doing our non-alcoholic version. I'm gonna let you know how you can amp this up should you decide to have it a little bit of a tipsy time during Ugly Sweater Party. A few things that you're going to need for making this happen, however, starting off with a decently sized bowl. This is going to serve as your punch bowl. You're going to need it to be pretty big. Next up, you're going to need some lime sherbet, some pineapple juice, some ginger ale, and some Sprite. Now, if you're making the non-alcoholic version like we are, this is the perfect combination for doing so. However, if you are wanting to make the spiked version, I would, instead of using the regular ginger ale, move into something like regatta, which is designed more so to make mixed drinks and really emphasizes the notes that you would be putting into the punch with a champagne. Yeah, that's how you're gonna make this spiked. Just add a bottle of champagne and this guy right here. Oh no! Amidst my punch making, the oven went off. I must get this stuff out first. Let me do that. We don't want burned food. And then we'll make our punch. We'll just get right back to this in a minute. I told you I wasn't great at this time management thing. Ah! Okay. Whew, that was a close call. Now we're going to take our sherbet and we're going to put all of it into our bowl. All of it, guys. All of it. Now it's time to add all of the liquid, and normally if we had a huge punch bowl, that means we would literally add all the liquid, but since our punch bowl is not quite as large, we're going to add equal parts of all of these items. So I'm just gonna open that a little bit, and oh yeah, I forgot to vent the other side. This is what happens when you're running down to the wire of people coming over for the ugly sweater extravaganza. There we go. Ooh, much better. Okay. That seems to be good for the starter. Yeah. Now then, some ginger ale. Remember, if you are making the spiked version, you will want to pick up the regatta because it's just better for mixed drinks. Okay. And, ooh, it's so fizzy. And now it's time for the Sprite. And we're trying to do equal parts, so I'm trying to make sure that I have the right amount of both of these last two things, so I may add more. Can't really tell because there's so many fizzy bubbles. Go down, little bubbles. Go down. How much punch do I actually have? And now it's ready. I went ahead and did the sugar brim, made it a little extra so it will match my ugly sweater theme. We want ugly decorations, not ugly food, so let's give it a little taste right next to our maraschino cherry. Ah, that is the flavor of a holiday party right there. Mmm. It's got a little bit of a bite and a kick to it, but it's so, so good. Again, remember, if you do want to take this particular punch, kick it up a notch and make it into a spiked punch for a Tipsy Tuesday, you can use regatta ginger ale instead and a bottle of champagne. That's just going to heighten the notes of that champagne and make it into a total experience for your ugly sweater party! Okay, we've completed all of our things for the ugly sweater party and everyone's going to be arriving very soon, so I need to do some finishing touches on these. I'm going to be taking the roll and putting it on a nice holiday platter. I'm going to, in the middle, put a little bit of marinara, and that's going to be so good. And then right as people arrive, I'm going to cut into it. I have wonderful glasses just waiting for everyone. I cannot wait. And of course, we have finger food on the side. I encourage you again to go back and watch yesterday's video where I showed you a variety of different fun activities that you can do to prepare for your party. And bottoms up, guys. Let's go. Ugly sweater